going? New day. Good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you're tuning in from. The market is open and we're here to work. And here's why this is important. Excuse me. Right now, more traders are blowing combines more than ever. Not because the market is harder, but because they're trading without structure, without the plan, and without someone to actually show them the process in real time. Topstep just removed activation fees. Payouts, you can get payouts faster than ever, and funding opportunities are wide open. There has literally never been a better time or opportunity to get serious about passing your combines and becoming a consistent trader. So here's what we're doing today. I'm using the exact same process that allows me to pass these 50K combines in 2 days with only 2 trades, and it's called GF13, Gold Flow 13. One system, one line, one playbook. And we're going to walk through the live price action, my entry criteria, my stop loss placement, confirmation, and the overall decision making. No hype, no guessing, just clarity, and you guys will see everything. So you can follow this exact blueprint. GF13 is built around clean trend, the 13 EMA, and disciplined risk. No zones, no guessing, no 12 indicator mess. If you can follow simple rules, wait for your setup, and manage your stop loss without over trading, you can do this. And if you want help, you can literally trade live with me every morning at 9:20 a.m. Watch my screen, see my entries, learn the system, ask questions, and everything is in the community. So here's what you're going to do next. Lock in, focus, relax, and follow the process with me today. If you're new, grab the complete GF13 breakdown, which will be the second link in the description. If you want to trade live with me every day, Monday through Friday, and finally pass your Topstep combine fast, join the community, which will be the first link in the description. Now take a breath. Stay patient and let's get to work. The profits are in your patience. The market is open. Let's do it. Get the music started up here and let's see what we got in store for today. Turn on my personal music on my cellular here. So I see this huge news candle that just popped off. Let me see. I think I got Forex Factory on my phone. Or not Forex Factory. What do I check? Let's see. See exactly what happened here. Why things popped off the way it did. Today is the first. Happy first of the month. 30 more days, and then it is officially the new year. 8 p.m. Federal Chair Powell speaks. Why is he speaking so late? Why is he speaking so late? Why is this? This is not normal. But the good news is the market is moving. It has moved, to be exact. Again, a quickly reminder, I am on the 1 minute chart on micro gold. And before I place a trade, man, that was a 30-point drop. I will switch over to my practice account because, again, I only trade my live account with the crew in the morning when I actually trade at market open. Hop in there at 9:20 Eastern Standard Time. Take about a 10-minute break. Allow everybody to hop in. Then 9:30, it is game time. I'm looking for my setups at that time. If you were in last night's live, I don't have it up at the moment. Let's get it up here. I always like to keep this on my screen. This one word, this one important word, breathe. Because as traders, we forget and we get too anxious as we're in setups. And we forget to breathe. And without that, our heart rates start to go off the charts. That's the last place we want to be. We want to be locked in, taking a deep breath, calm, collected, in that flow state. When we could do that, we will be chilling. So this reminder, every time I look at this, you'll see me maybe announce it to you guys to take a deep breath. That is just a friendly reminder there that, let it come to us. Let the setup come to us. Now tonight I will be trading 3 contracts. Now I am on micro gold. If I'm trying to pass my Topstep combine, I usually trade in between 2 or 3 contracts. Tonight I will be trading with 3. Normally it's 3. And I go for 5 points again on gold. 5 times 3 times $100 per point move equals 1,500. 2 days in a row, we're funded. Now the setup as it's starting to play out here. Step 1. A new lower low. Price shot down. You. If you don't think that's a new lower low, I don't know what else is. Step 2, a pullback to the 13 EMA. It has to tap the 13 EMA. What's the 13 EMA? This nice, beautiful white line I have here. What prices do? Pull back to the 13 EMA. With step 3, a wick off the 13 EMA. As you see, price is clearly wicking off. Now, after that, I wait for break of candle back into trend direction for entry. I use stop orders. So let me get ready here. I place as price is playing out. Right now, my stop order entry is 4235.5. Step 1, new lower low. Step 2, a pullback to the 13 EMA. Step 3, we're now getting a wick off the 13 EMA. Step 4, I lost count there, is entry at break of candle. Now, the candle has closed. New break of candle entry is at 4238.3. Now, let's get the breathe part in here. Especially, this is where it really is important to breathe and take a deep breath, because we are now getting ready for the setup. Now, more important than ever, take your time, take a deep breath, and just let it play out. Because at the end of the day, win or lose, we showed up, and hopefully we conquer. If not, it is what it is. As day traders, show up, look for one good trade after one good trade after one good trade. One of my favorite trading books there. And we're just waiting for entry there. Now, step 4.5, step 4 is obviously my entry. But what's the entry without knowing where your exit is? So after I get in break of candle, which might move here 3 seconds, new break of candle entry error, because we are still respecting, let me clean it up here. We're still respecting that 13 EMA. As soon as the candle closes above this 13 EMA, before break of candle, setup is scratched. Right now, new entry is 4239.5. Stop loss, my exit is above the highest wick. So at this moment, I know if I get triggered in, my stop loss is as soon as possible going to 42.9. Then TP, since it is 3 contracts, we're looking for a 5-point move. On this on practice, since I'm on micro, it'll be 150. But on the combines, it will be 1500. Because again, a 5-point move times 3 contracts times $100 per point move equals 1500. Now, sometimes I'll trade, or you might have heard me say I trade with 2 contracts. Same thing, 7.5 point move times 2 gold contracts times $100 per move. Say it with me, $1,500. Now, what did I say earlier? As soon as price closes above that EMA, hit that exit there, cancel order. And now we just patiently wait. Again, take a deep breath. Don't get FOMO. This is not the time to get FOMO. This is the time to stay locked in and just see what happens, see what comes our way. Now, while this is happening, because at this very moment, I would need a new lower low or higher high. Yesterday being Sunday, I wasn't able to go over the morning of this trade. But since it is Monday evening and I traded this morning, I can go over this morning's trade. Now, like I said, at 9:30 is market open. As soon as that happens, kaboom, we're in. As you see, it's marked up there already. Let's go over it. Now, this morning wasn't my best morning. I wasn't very happy. I had a beautiful setup up here. And what did I do? I got bias. Usually when I trade, I keep Topstep X up, and then I also keep Trading View up. I had to set up clean on Topstep X in real time, and then I made the great mistake of getting, I guess chart bias would be the word, and I looked at Trading View and I was like, oh, they don't look the same. I guess you could say scared, or I hesitated last second, canceled my order. I'd had an order in there waiting for break a candle. Canceled my order, and of course, the rest is history. So let me go ahead and walk through this trade. So, boom, this white clear line is 9:30. As soon as 9:30 hits, I am locked in. 9:30 opens. We don't have anything at the moment. This candle right here breaks this low. Step 1, newer lower low was created. Okay, next candle pulls back straight to our 13 EMA. I'm like, okay, this might shoot back up, but by the chance, we already have a new lower low. If this starts to wick off, I can start looking for entry. What happened? It wicked off. Boom. As soon as this candle closes, right here is my break of candle entry. If it gets something down here, that's what it is. Now, next candle closes, still respecting that 13 EMA. Now on TradingView, we did not respect this 13 EMA. That's what made me hesitate a little bit and cancel the order. Should have just trusted my gut and then just trusted my trade, my setup at the end of the day. So I had an entry here that I ultimately ended up canceling. Which my stop loss would have been up here, which would have been a cleaner wick. Either been up here over these wick, which would have just been a safer stop loss, or I could have just kept it above this wick here. Either way, 2 opportunities for stop loss. Could have adjusted as we started to move the price. And then 7.5 points would have been my TP. 7.7, 7.6 would be more exact. And then as you see, the rest would have been history fairly quickly. But hesitation got the best of me. But and it was what it was. I took a deep breath. I accepted that I missed the setup, and then I sat on my hands to see if I could get something else. Price continued to melt down. I didn't get FOMO. I didn't. Oh man, I could have. It is what it was. You got to move on to that next one great setup. Price started to reverse here. Now this is a good setup, or this is looks like a good setup, or may fool people because price. You see price shooting up, come down, respect that 13 EMA, but we didn't get a new higher high, so I would have just been guessing off of this straight off the 13 EMA. I didn't get all my rules. That's not part of my strategy. I waved it off. Price finally came up, created a higher high, started to pull back, created a small higher low, and then this was around news. Around 10 o'clock was news. We pushed up. Now this is where I made a grave mistake. I got a nice clean pullback to the 13 EMA, but I'm supposed to be very, very, very strict on seeing price actually tap my 13 EMA. I anticipated the tap of the 13 EMA. As you see here, if I need to zoom in a little bit more, on this 10:01 candle AM, I did not get a tap of the 13 EMA. Anticipated it. Then I got it in that break of candle for a long position, which finally got break here. Stop loss went below that wick. TP was 7.6, 7.7 points. And then got a little push up. I kind of liked it. I held through it. The EMAs were below. I had the 13 and the 50 EMA below. I knew going against this VWAP was a little hard, but I had faith in it. I was already in. At that point, once I'm in, I either see it hit stop loss or TP. Stayed calm, stayed in it. Stop loss was hit. It was what it was. One trade for the day, and I was done. So that's how my trade went this morning. I only trade 2 micros once I'm actually my funded, so it's about a $70 loss. I can live with that. Back to the actual charts. We're moving sideways. I wrote something today. Let's see if I can pull it up. If I remember where I put it. Some gems for you guys. Where would it be? And I'll be dropping a video soon, going deeper into it. But I was just thinking about the biggest things I learned in 2026. Now this will be a sneak peek until the actual video I drop. But this was one of the biggest lessons that kind of goes off of that. Okay. So one of the biggest lessons were losing streaks happen, but low risk keeps you alive. Now, this might be my most important lesson I've learned this year. One of my favorite lessons I learned this year, as we see price start to move sideways at the moment. See, losing streaks will happen, even to good traders, but low risk keeps you in the game. I had two 10 trade losing streaks this year, both on funded accounts, both because I broke my rules. Now, when I say 10-day trading rules, usually my rules are I take 2 trades a day. If I lose the first one, I'll take another trade, and then I'm done after that. No ifs, ands, or buts. If I win the first one, I'm winning done. If I lose the first one and win the second one, I'm done. So 2 trades max. So 10 trades for me has just been I had a red week all the way through. But here's what saved me. I never risk more than 25% of my daily loss limit. Now, I don't really have a daily loss limit. I have trade rules, like 1 or 2 trades that day. But the problem is people are risking. We only have a $2,000 drawdown when we first started out. People are risking $500 per trade, and unless you have a high hit rate, it doesn't give you that much opportunity. You lose one, now your drawdown's 1,500, and a lot of people don't have the mental fortitude or calmness to sit that out and pull that back. So that's been major, and because of that, my drawdown after 10 losses was nothing crazy at all. Probably 750. That's 10 losses, 750. A few solid trades, and I was back at break even. One good week, and I was green again. And my discipline rules kept me safe. This November, I had 2 trades max. If both lose, I'm done. That's kind of a normal rule, but I especially enrolled that in November. And then December, this month, December 1st, I tested it this morning. I just went over it with you guys. I'm 1 trade a day because I know I mentally check out near the holidays. Holidays are in 3 weeks, and this is a little odd to me. If you don't know, I'm a boxer. I have a fight this Saturday, so I'm already checked out a little bit and have to be careful of that because I'm more, what would be the words? I'm not more distracted by that. I use trading to distract myself from that as I get closer to that. So I'm locked in more for that when that actually comes. So I just know I got things coming up. So I got boxing this week, and then I got a break where I can just fully lock in. Don't have to think about anything else. And then the holidays, and then we have like 3 days. I don't trade Eve or the holiday of, and we have that a lot coming up this month. So I know I'm already mentally a little bit checked out. And if I don't have those rules, I would have blown up multiple counts. Low risk isn't about being scared. It's about staying alive long enough to win. Survival is success in this game. Excuse me. Now that's one of the biggest things I've learned this year, and there's one thing you guys can get tonight is most definitely that. And I'll have video dropping soon, and this have 5 other lessons. That's the last one, and that's one of my favorites. But there's a lot of great ones in there. A lot of good ones. I like to go over all of them, but again, I'll go over one more. Why not? I got a little bit of time to kill. I want to see prices start to melt back down. Would you count this as a new higher high? Because what we created on the grand scheme of things, I necessarily wouldn't. I like to see it shoot more down. Because we created this peak right here, so like a small higher high, what higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. I think for the sake of just calling out the setup, so I'll do it just for practice. I'll do it one contract. So the setup is a new higher high or new lower low, which, just for example, say this is a new higher high. Step 2, a pullback to the 13 EMA. So I need to see price actually tap and kind of go through this 13 EMA. And then start to push up just like it just did there. And then so step 3 would be a wick off the 13 EMA. So now this candle sort of wicking up and pushing up. Step 4, I enter at break of candle. So that would be right here, which kind of missed the entry, but I'll probably tap me back in. So step 4, entry at break of candle. In real time when I'm actually traded, I'm more on it. I'll probably be entered by now. And then stop loss would be below the wick, which if I get triggered an entry here, just like that, stop loss would be at, so stop loss is at 42.43.5. Entry kind of pushed me in higher there. I wanted to get in exactly at break a candle at 42.45.6, but I got triggered in at 42.45.9. That's all right. And then this is just me. I wouldn't take this in real time. This is just a practice example of the setup. I would need more of a cleaner higher high or cleaner lower low. This looks more of a ranging higher high, lower low, in this little trend, legit in this little area right here. But just an example of the trade, how I traded here, my setup. Again, I see it. I gotta call it out. Take a deep breath. Take my time, and let's just trade. Nice push up. Now, following this, I'll go over my risk rules once again. Now, if I'm in this in the real combine, I'm on regular gold. Right now, I'm on micro gold. I would insert in that three regular gold contracts. 3 gold contracts for a 5-point move equals 1,500. That for 2 days. For 2 trades, hopefully, I pass my Topstep combine in 2 days. That's what I usually trade. So let's see. Right now, it is at 38 points, or not 38 points, 3.8 points. Let's see this reach a 5-point move. I'll throw up my long and short position, which might be kind of close. I don't like how it pushed my entry up. So just this move right here, just this 5-point move with 3 gold contracts would be what I would be looking for in real time. Or 2 gold contracts, 7.5 points, still equals 1,500. So that's a 7.5 move. That's kind of what I go for in my live account. I lower my risk to 2 micros. So my TP is about 150-ish, 151. Right now, we'll practice the 1-point move. We'll call them out as they go. We'll see if TP1 gets hit. As we start to smack this VWAP, we'll see if price rejects off of that. There was a time I traded when I trade my TPT accounts, right now I'm on Topstep. When I trade my TPT, take profit trader, I do trade negative risk. So I'll do, if you know the rules on the 25K account, I only need, 1,500 across 5 days, consistency rule. So I would hit 750, 750, and there's more strict. They're not like Topstep where you have a little lean seed, like 100 breakaway there. You have to be like exactly, or like it gets cooked a little bit. So I would hit like around 750, and then the days I would go over, I have to come back down. Also, I'm keeping an eye on price here as we reject off this VWAP. Might get a retest of the 13 EMA. Continue to push back up. Let me see on the higher time frame. Doesn't look very likely, but we'll let it play out. See what happens. But what was I saying? TPT. So I will go for 750, 750 with a negative risk to reward. 2.5 points. That would be for 3 contracts. Would be 750, and then hit that for 2 days, and then the following 3 days I would just take dollar trades, and that's how I would pass those in 2 days. But obviously you still need the 5 days. Oh, this rejection is disgusting. Let's see this EMA holds. Let's see. May get a scaling opportunity. A new higher high. Price created a new higher high. That VWAP's a little scary. But price created a new higher high. Pull back to that's probably one. Price, step 1, new higher high. Step 2, a pullback and actually tap the 13 EMA. Pull back and actually tap. Step 3, enter at break of candle. So that would be for this setup. Oh, let's see if I can hurry up. Stop by. We'll enter one more. So right now, price is playing off the 13 EMA. Break of candle at this very moment off this wicking. So step 2 and step 3, a wick off the 13 EMA, a pullback to the 13 EMA and a wick off the 13 EMA, and then step 4, entry at a break of candle, which currently right now at a scaled in position is 4248.9. Now as this candle closes, new break of candle because we still respected that 13 EMA quite nicely. New break of candle is 4248.4. We were looking to scale in. Man, these slow markets have been killing it with the scaling opportunities. Last night was quite beautiful. Was able to scale in 2 great trades. Sipping on some tea here and allow my water to go cold. Man. Looking for that push up. 10 seconds left. Okay, boom. So we're triggered in our second position. Now something like this, TP. I was discretionary. The TP mentally played in my head. But say we're going for that 5-point move still, or going to that hit that 1500. Let's see. Yes, when is it? Let's measure it out. Say we still needed that for 2 contracts. Oh, let's see, 5 point. Oh, so it would be 2.5 now. 2.5, I believe, we hit that 50. Again, on this coming off this VWAP, does not look like the most exciting setup. And again tonight, I want to practice getting out when setups don't look good. I've been doing very, very well in scaling in. And obviously, if you missed it, I scale in when I have another setup inside my setup. That's the only time I allow myself to scale in. So I've gotten that already tonight. Now I just want to work on my exits. Holding trades longer. Accepting if it does pull back to the stop loss. And especially after you scale in, you gotta know that when it comes back to your stop loss, it may be more than your first entry. And being okay with that as well. So accepting that. Man, we tapped that VWAP. Struggling all night to push back above it. See, this is where it starts to get a little tricky because when we're plug back in. All right, yeah. So we're finally starting to play out that VWAP there, reverse to stop loss. I'll just let stop loss manually get hit. Order filled. Boom. So stop loss sit there, which I'm kind of liking this. If we continue to push down, if we're mounting, then keep mounting. Hopefully we break some lows here, get a nice pullback to the 13 EMA to follow the overall trend and get in right at a nice clean TP. What's the opposite of catching a falling knife? Because that's what like if I'm catching buys in the seller's market, what would you call that? What would you call that? I haven't even played my music yet. I'm not looking for. I'm not feeling tonight. What playlist? So your price continues to melt down. Finally starting to get that nice clean push down to the downside. Hopefully we just start honestly melting off and not getting caught in the range here. Then I look for an opportunity to catch a pullback. I like this candle. Let's keep melting. Keep on melting. I want to see it either close below this candle, or even like get some momentum, start to pick up and break below here. Either close below that candle or one of those two. Good push down. I want to see it close below. That is not closed or below. Still continues to melt, but not close. Unless this one shoots up, we might get it here. I wonder what Jerome Powell was talking about for the market to melt. That's still not closure below. Still not closure below. At this point, we're just creating a level. But for me to feel confident at the top of some sales, I like some closure below that 42, 43 level. Right now, they're just holding. Basically, just sit on my hands. Here we go. Nice push. Just close. Looking for the closure under 42, 43. And boom, we got it. So I like that. I honestly like to see it break 4240.7, which we just got that as well. Nice. Now, nice pullback to the 13 EMA. Respect the 13 EMA, obviously. Would hop in some sales here. Nice. I like how this is starting to open up. Gain some momentum. Now I'm just waiting for a pullback back to the 13 EMA, which we are quickly approaching on. I like that. It'd be nice on this candle. Nice pullback and then continuation. Here we go. Starting to get a tap on a 13 EMA. Or approaching it. Sub golden hour. Golden hour football. How's it going? Boom, we got that tap on the 13 EMA. Now we're looking for a rejection to push back down. We need that closure under the 13 EMA. Perfect. Looking for sales now. What happened with two micro gold contracts? Entry at 4241.4. As long as we keep respecting that 13 EMA. Not much. How's it going? See, your price continues to respect this 13 EMA. If it closes above 13 EMA and disrespects it by the minute close, then we'll just look for the next setup. Which might be a little, they grab liquidity here and then want to continue pushing up. Nah, after the big melt from JP Jerome Powell. Yes, sir. Right now I'm on micro gold. Come on, respect 13 and 13 EMA disrespected. No setup for me. I'm thinking that maybe just grab liquidity here. We'll start to continue pushing up. For me to even look for another sell opportunity, I either need this low. I need this low to get broken. We're gonna look for some buys. I like some of these highs to get broken. At the moment, I could just, at this point, for me, we're moving sideways. I had a possible entry, but EMA's disrespected. Nothing good for me there. I trade gold and just got shorted the big drop. 30 minutes. Just shorted the big jump. Nice. When what around? Let's see. You caught it like late around like 8:07 ish, or you caught it towards the start near like 8:58, or even earlier than around 6:27. What you said? No, you said 30 minutes ago. So what about 8:06 ish? You got entry. And here's the sales he's talking about. Yeesh, imagine catching this. One gold contract, 30-point move, $3,000 made in less than 1 minute. I'm sure that candle moved. Insane. I need to learn this. Tap in. My second link. Let me pause my music. Second link in the description. I think it's titled GF13. Tap that. My gift to everybody for the holidays is my complete strategy breakdown. It's called Gold and Flow 13. Gold, Flow the Market, 13 EMA. Complete breakdown. My gift to you. I think what I have in there. I have the strategy. First, just like 5 modules. First one is the strategy breakdown. The second is going to be a weekly review that I usually only drop to my VIP members. But I said, why not? There was a lot of great info in that week, so that is yours as well. Next one is going to be about 5 images or photos of great setups and different market conditions that you can look, memorize, and just kind of build that pattern. And then, what else do I have in there? I have something else in there. I can't remember off the top of my head. But, yes, check that out. Second link in the description. GF13. My gift to everybody for the holidays. No charge there. Just check it out. And then also, if you check out yesterday's live, if you join the community there throughout the Discord, I have that pin because there was a lot of gold in there as well. My first live back and just multiple nuggets dropped. So go ahead, test it out. If you like to learn more, the resources are there. Well, I entered pretty early, almost got stopped up. I got in at 7:53. Let's see. Oh, so you almost caught the. Oh yeah, so you went through a decent amount of drawdown. If you got in at 753, which would be here, you most definitely had balls that's still there to hold throughout this hold throughout this devious drawdown. But it tested up these highs again here, and then again the ball is still has it paid off. So that's good. Nice W setup. W setup. W patience. W balls are still. Oh, it's fire. No, yeah, I bet. Oh, I bet. Cause I draw down. I don't even. Would you have your stop loss about like what 4263.6, maybe above these highs? Oh, I bet. I can imagine sitting in a drawdown like this and then still having hope that this trade's gonna play out. At that point, it might be a set forget. Go watch something on TV or scroll through TikTok or start playing games on the phone or something like that. Do everything but look at the trade and just wait for that order filled sound. Most definitely. Look back 10 minutes later after you realize you haven't got taken out and you're actually pushing crazy to take profit. W filling. Not much motion here on gold at the moment. At least for me, somebody's probably eating up right now in these markets. But me personally, no. Turn my jams back on here. I wish I could do like a community playlist where everybody can just pick a song, especially on YouTube, because of copyrighting and everything. But copyrighting wasn't a thing. People who stop by should be able to request a song within reason. You're not playing anything insane. Request a song, throw it on here. See the different tastes of people, what people like. Especially something like trading. Like drop a song that you like during trading. Like to play during trading. That'd be sweet. Especially me, I range crazy. I'll listen to house music one day, listen to rap one day, listen to old school, listen to Italian lo-fi, lofi. It ranges jazz, classical. Might get Beethoven. Stop loss. Had a stop loss at 422.87. 422.87. So you got in. Oh, so you had your 4229. 4229. But you had your stop loss. I'm confused. I listen to worship, rap, fire. Fire. I get there too as well. I can get the gospel music going. Anything to calm me down, relax a little bit, or I can just tune out too. Reggaeton, that's fire. That's some reggae music. I'm gonna try that. I'm trying to try that in the community. Lately, it's just been house music. Something to, especially in trading, it gets boring sometimes. Like this. Well, actually, no, I like this. I got a new higher high. Way to pull back. Wait for a pullback to get in some buys. But then as I'm waiting for that, get another reminder to take a deep breath. But as I wait for this, yeah, gotta have some type of sweet jams to bob the head to a little bit. but also stay locked in at the same time. Are you done trading tonight, or are you still trading funded? Yes, I am funded. Right now, I'm on my practice account. I only trade. I'm Eastern Standard Time, so right now it's 8:56 p.m. I only trade market open at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for me. But then I use night times like this to live test my strategy. Live test. I usually back test around this time. Mentally practice my setup in the slow markets, because obviously at market open things get a little hectic, wouldn't be the word, but it moves quicker. So I use this time to slow it down in my head. Practice catching setups when things start to slow down a little bit. But all on my practice account. I'm on my practice account right now. Again, just instilling good habits. And then also trying new things. I use this period to try setups. Potentially add to the playbook. Are you funded as well, I'm guessing? See something like this where, oh wait, that's VWAP. I was going to say we're closer to 200. I'll take the setup off to 200, but not VWAP. Well, with VWAP walk cutting through price, I guess that means price slowed down, potentially moving up to the upside as it starts to cut below it. Guess we'll got questions. Fill the gap. Got a gap to the left. Let me see. On the 5-minute, get a gap to get filled at 42.58.4. So that's gonna mark that out. 42.58. Price should shoot up a little bit. So could possibly place a TP to go up there, a valid TP. So we can catch a pullback to catch buys, to catch it to fill that gap. Trade agent in London, 2 to my job, but I have been funded 3 times, but lost my account because I got greedy. I know, I feel and understand all that. I've been funded multiple times. So I started trading. I traded not futures. I traded forex before this. Started trading futures in March of this year. Ever since then, I have been, unless I've been funded for a couple weeks, I've been funded. I've been able to get funded every week, and I've had a couple payouts this month. Or not this month. A couple payouts this year, but for the amount of times I've been trading, and I most definitely should be getting more payouts. So I understand the greed and the over trading and the impatience-ness, and then the risk management is probably the big one. What's your strat name? GF13, Gold Flow 13. I only trade gold. I trade the flow of the market, and I trade the 13 EMA. So Gold Flow 13 or GF13. It's one line, one strat, one setup there. Price created a new higher high. Rules are simple. Price, I'll walk through it here. Step 1, price creates a new higher high. Step 2, a pullback to the 13 EMA, and it has to actually tap the 13 EMA. Sometimes I get a little ahead of myself, anticipate the tap, like something like this as it starts to wick up and push that. It looks good, and you might want to get in that break a candle, but I'm waiting for that actual tap of the 13 EMA. Then step 3, a wick off the 13 EMA. So pull back to the 13 EMA, retest it, and then wick off the 13 EMA. And that's what we're waiting for right now. Price broke this high. That's step 1. Now step 2, we're just waiting for the actual 13 EMA to get tapped. See, like, that's where it also gets hard because it looks like it tapped, but I want to see it go through it. I want to actually see the EMA in this everything collide. I want to see it price actually go through and bounce. So something like this. Now, step 2, pull back to the 13 EMA, which is we got. Step 3, we're looking for a wick off the 13 EMA. So I need price to close back above this 13 EMA. And then step 4, we enter off the break of candle. So I would anticipate entry. In this case, price just shot. I'll get in 2 micros. So price started the wick up and shoot back up. Entry would be 42.51.1. As we start to wick off and push back up. And then I'm keeping an eye on the clock, because as soon as this candle closes, we have to adjust entry to new break of candle. So 10 seconds left. So right now, entry 42.51.1. It's going to be adjusted if we keep respecting this close above the 13 EMA. We did. So now my entry is 42.49.8. 200 EMA plus confluences like a fair value gap, order block and liquidity, but just stress. Yeah, appreciate it. I usually trade a little bit. I do keep the 200 EMA on here. That's a little I guess nugget, I guess you would say, or another thing how I trade the setup. So I'll trade like the same rules, but at the 13 EMA, because obviously the market either ranges or trending. So if it's trending, I'll do it like this. But if the 200 EMA is close in any way, like a price is floating around here, I'll take the setup off the 200 EMA, which would be this yellow line. So yeah, I use the 200 EMA as well. It's got entry, stop loss will go below the wick, and then TP. I'm gonna try to get this TP at this gap getting filled at 42.58.3. It's a little about an 8-point move or something like that. A little over an 8-point move. But yeah, this strategy I've been testing out, I liked. I've been seeing it. I've been trading for a little bit, just over experience. I started seeing patterns. 13 EMA setup kept killing me. Or what I used to trade would be something like order or fair value gaps. So supply and demand is the other how I would say it. My original strategy, but I started to see this play out a lot. So I don't like this setup based off the fact that the VWAP is cutting right through price. That means volume's not there. That's what that's telling me. And as a flow of the market volume type strategy, does not look like it's about to smack into our favor. If anything, in real time, this is another reason why I don't trade these hours, and I use this as a mental thing. Cause I need momentum in the market, and I'll get momentum. I get the best time on market or moment. I get the best momentum in the market at market open. That's when I actually trade legit, and that's why I just mess around during hours like this. Sometimes you get that momentum, sometimes you do not. You get stuff like this. Because in real time, I like a nice clean push to TP, not whatever this is. It usually prices further away from our VWAP. And another reason I like to do it like this hours, because even if I say I lost all my trades tonight, first, it wouldn't hurt me because on a practice account. But this is a mental practice to be okay with seeing my trades lose. So then in real time, if I do lose a trade, I can just remember it is what it is, just like I do in my practice accounts. It didn't hurt me. I'm still alive. Didn't get hurt. No emotions attached. There's a lot of green to using hours like this where you just practice. Whether it's a red night or something like last night where it was a green night. Stop loss hit on that. Still like the setup, clean setup. The only thing I did not like is the VWAP being flat, which it is what it is. Everything else, all my rules besides that aligned, would take that setup 10 times out of 10. We're off short right now. You trade the 1 minute? So you trade like an inverse. I know a little bit about it. So we would trade something like an inverse fair value gap. If I'm trading this during my actual trading hours, I probably would have not taken that trade. Even though it looks super clean, the VWAP's just too slow. Like I said, I need momentum. Not momentum. I would have took. I'd rather take the trade off the VWAP there. 5 in the 1. Okay, so that's exactly what I use. You only see the, since I'm on vertical here, you only see the 1 minute, but I got the 5 minute on the side here. So yeah, same. So we just took like a inverse fair value gap, I'm guessing. I know it a little bit. I'm not too versed on it. I got friends who traded. So you would have had something like this set up. See, that's what I don't understand. I don't know all about it. In my mind, like, do you wait for the retest? I'm pretty sure this is your fair value gaps. I kind of understand for value gaps. You wait for a tap of it, but if it breaks through, it's inverse. But if it respects, I don't know. See, when I traded supply and demand, my setup would be once you have the gap at the beginning move of the gap, you would draw your golden zone. So I had that. I used to call it GZM golden zone method, and I still got everything saved. 5 minute GZ golden zone. Okay, so that's fire. A lot of people aren't that disciplined. Not at all. See that one rule? He said I never long if prices under the 200 EMA. That is crucial, especially the 200 EMA is something powerful. So if you're taking, that's dang near a counter trend trade. It's easier just to follow the trend. Okay, all right, yeah, I know. Fair value gap at 8 o'clock. Oh, okay, I get it now. I was looking at the 1 minute, seeing if it was an inverse or something like that. But you're saying that. I see.
Order filled.
You're saying you would have took the sales because of. I see now. Because the fair value gap's actually playing off the 5 minute sales. What happens to my music? I got funded a week after I started using the 200 EMA rule. Fire. Nice. Congrats and nice. No, that's a W. When I traded gaps, that was a confluence I like to use, and trust me, I won more trades. Oh man, market's starting to open up a little bit. Again, I'm gonna see if I can catch it to. I'm in buys. I'm gonna take a sell. I'm gonna sell. I'm in that. What? I'm in through micros. I'm gonna take one off at 42.55.2, which is my 200 EMA, just in case price reverse there. But overall, I want to see price go to 42.58.3, which is that gap being filled. Took the setup off the VWAP. See now in real time, I might hit stop loss here. In real time, if I'm actually trading this, let me pause my music real quick. In real time, if I'm actually trading this, say this is 9:30. Just say this is 9:30. I do not use the Fibonacci. I tried it, didn't understand it, stayed away from it. It wasn't simple enough for me. I need simple. I need 1, 2, 3. Be able to do it with my eyes closed. For Fibonacci, I didn't know where to start it from. There were so many points where to start it from. Everybody sees the chart different than who you're actually learning from. There's a lot of factors into it. I am in trades, a little contrary to how I'm trading now. since it's these slow markets. I'm usually in trades 3 to 5 minutes, or it's been a little longer because my TP's been longer. It varies. I'd say, depending on where my TP is, I say three to. I feel like 7 minutes is too long. I say 3 to 5. 3 to 5 minutes. I'm usually in the trade after entry. Usually where I where I feel comfortable. Real quick, going over this. Say this is 9:30, and I see this is my 200 EMA. Right now it's my VWAP, but just imagine it's my 200 EMA, and I still have my 13 EMA setups being played off of it. I would not take a setup off the 13 EMA. When the 200 is cutting through price like this, I take the setup off the 200 EMA. So I would wait patiently, and then as soon as I get something respect the 200 EMA. It doesn't have to be. This is not only time I don't look for a new higher high or lower low, because in a ranging market we're not going to get something that's truthfully going to play off of that. I just look for a wick off the 200. So that's why I took this entry. We respected the VWAP pair, and during my time to be the 200, which we might reverse hard here. Or not. Respect it again. So price tapped the VWAP or the 200 EMA would be my case scenario. And then I would take the setup, same entry criteria. I'm waiting for the wick, a pullback to the 200, wick off for the 200, wait for break of candle for entry, and then stop loss right below that wick. And then TP varies. I wonder how. Let me see how. Only pushed up 3 points. But yeah, I'm usually in trades 3 to 5 minutes. Stop loss sit there. 3 to 5 minutes with a TP of, currently it's been 7.5 points because I've been in 2 macros. On a normal one, I'm also in drawdown a little bit on my live account. But when I'm at break even or positive, I like to do kind of a negative risk to reward, which would be like a 2.5 point TP at 3 micros. Or if I'm really going crazy on my combines, depending on the combines, 3 regular contracts, 3 minis. And then stuff like this happens when you start messing with those EMAs, price cutting through. Get taken out and then price shoot up, me flatten off. I think we'll be hitting 4. We're looking at what 418. Are you on Forex? Because right now my price, or on Trading View. Because right now I'm looking at price of 4250.7. Unless you actually think it's going down to 4180. Which honestly, let me see what this drop went to 4216. You think we can get it dropped to 4180 tonight or tomorrow morning? No, honestly, I would. As a day trader, I wouldn't be opposed of it as long as the market is trending and I can get a nice clean entry. Give that to me and you can go wherever you want. I'll be happy to hop in. Give me an opportunity. You can go to 8,000. You can go to 1,000 for all I care. As long as you follow my rules. Okay, I understand that. No, I look at Trading View. I'd pull up XAUUSD. Since you gotta pay for the futures on Trading View. See if I can get something clean. I like a new higher high and then a pullback to the 13. Start to move away from this VWAP. Get some volume. There we go. Price hit a new higher high. We're approaching that 200 EMA. I still think we're gonna get the 4258. Close that gap. I like a buy opportunity before then. Alright, price created a new higher high. Step 1. Wait for step 2 and 3. I'll pull back to my 13 EMA and wick off my 13 EMA. Get those two. Then I look for entry. But till then, I sit on my hands. Yeah, wait till I get that. Excuse me. Nice push up. Ooh. But I think price will be going down to the next 300 minimum for sure, and I think we will be going down quite far. But that's just my opinion. Yeah. So overall, you think we'll be turned into I haven't looked at the higher time frame, or like so you think for December, or just short term, maybe like half the month will be overall bearish. I gotta look at the higher time frame to kind of get my input on it. Like I said, I'm so zoomed in on really the 1 minute, 5 minute. It's hard for me to actually realize or see where we're going. I mainly just look at what's happening in real time. But possible. Let me look at it. I'll look at it on my phone. Pull up trading view. Give a buy list off the higher time frame where gold may want to go. Oh, that's still 5 minutes. I was gonna say, hold on, may get an entry here. Price tap this 13. Come on, I want to see you go through. $13 EMA holds. I don't want to get into early with confirmation. All right, looking for entry at 4252.5, and again, I want to hold these and stop loss 4251 flat. Again, I want to try to catch these TPs for this gap to close at 4258.3. I want to hold too crazy or exhaust myself on it. Oh, tonight. Okay. Right now, so you think this is a pullback to? I can see it. Again, let me pull up my phone real quick. Looking at the 5 minute drops a substantial amount. So you're just thinking this is a pullback for, which I mean, still a valid creating a lower high, lower low, lower high, yeah, creating a lower high. This is still in that range. Let's stop loss for get tapped. Now I hear it. Creating that lower high right now, and then just wait for it to push back down. That's fair. My stop loss hasn't got hit. Most definitely will with the zooming out. I mean, all the rules are about to apply. Facts for your value gap. Stop loss hit there. This is that testament to including Fibonacci. See, Fibonacci is hard for me to understand personally. If you can understand it, I know a lot of people who kill with Fibonacci. If you can understand it, that's a big shout out. Kudos to you, for sure. Like you said earlier, this is not important. So following the 200 EMA, 200 EMAs above. So that means sales setups are going to be cleaner. Something like, let me see. I think I didn't. No, that wasn't a valid setup. So boom, to be able to zoom out, price grab liquidity. Grab liquidity at 42, 40.6. Making this pullback. Higher, low, higher, low, higher, low. See if it continues. Or honestly, good, like decent trading. I call it good trading. Good trading would be to follow the trend. Looking at the higher time frame, this looks like a clear pullback for a higher or lower high. Wait for one of these lows to get disrespected. Something like this. Stop looking for buys. Long story short is what I'm telling myself. Wait for one of these lows to get broken, and then look for my setup. That is a valid. Assessment there. I usually trade for like 10-30 minutes. Okay. That's not shabby at all. As price might continue to make a higher high here. See, now I would have tapped the view up. That would have been clean. Except I would have messed around and got in. No, 10 to. Are you taking your entries on the 1 minute then? Or the 5 minute? Because I'm being a trade for 10 to 30 minutes. I feel like watching that on I guess that's not too bad. 30 candles. If you're watching on the 1 minute. One, okay. So you look for your setups on the 5 and scale down on the 1. Just watch for your setups there. Sometimes 5. No, 10 to 30 is not. 10 to 30 is not bad at all. After trading the 1 minute, like I've been trading 1 minute, I guess you could say I got TikTok brain for this. I got brain rot when it comes to trading. My setups happen so fast. Like I said, 3 to 5 minutes, sometimes quicker. To hold a trade for 10 to 30 minutes, not to say I can't do it, but it'd probably be close to the nail biting side, especially that first time doing it. As price continues to just move sideways at the moment, see if we can get it to finally start to break some lows. But I only take 4 to 10 trades a week. Okay. Oh, nice. That's kind of like I was saying earlier. So I am a scalper, but not like most. More of a calmer. As we finally start to get lows getting broken here, which is nice. Finally. Nice and finally. Getting lows broken. Now we can calmly look for a setup or entry on the sales. Actually follow some trend here. Probably catch the bigger move of everything. The move we should have been waiting for this whole time. See if we can get that opportunity here. So I'm gonna scalp up, but not like most. It's understandable. So as a breakout trader, you could have waited for these lows to actually get broken through. So your price test, the price could tap this VWAP. I even look for entry there. You're thinking longer shorts now. I like shorts. We finally broke a low. Finally broke the low. Finally following the higher time frame. I was hoping price would actually come back and tap that VWAP there. It got close and then started moving down. But overall, I would like to get an entry for shorts. But like I said, we just broke a low. Want a clean pullback and then some momentum to continue back in the trend direction to see if sales are actually confirmed, or it's just a fake out for either to get caught up or range or to continue back up. If that 46.6 low gets broken before an entry, I would be a lot more confident in the shorts. But if a setup happens before then, I would still hesitate to get in. For short soon, nice. So what's your entry criteria? You were saying earlier everything else was applying and lining up. You got your fair value gap, I'm guessing, starting to respect, finally break down to the sell side. So what are you looking for? What are you looking to entry? What it tells you to enter there? Let's see, we break this 46.6. Close. I wasn't thinking. 1 minute breaker structure or cha-cha. Alright, so now that's where it gets tricky because I wanted that 46.6 to get broken. So now we're creating a level here to shoot back up. Let's see how it retest. A 1 minute breaker structure. So what's your breaker structure then? Because I had the minor breaker structure which we broke at 49.1. Count that as a minor breaker structure. Or do you wait for more of a medium breaker structure at 46.6, or a major breaker structure at 39.6? Change of character. Okay. So explain that a little bit more to me too. So change of character. So you're looking for if this price. So prices started to shoot down, pulling them back a little bit. At what level are you looking? What kind of candles are you waiting to see? What level are you waiting to get broken? I got an indicator. Okay. So that makes things a lot simpler. All right, so boom. So 46.6 finally got tapped. To me, that's broke as we created, and they're tapped under it. Now I got to be a little careful. This is a liquidity grab to go back up because, again, my VWAP is flat. So liquidity grabs are more prone, or something I got to look out for. Or we're finally starting to get some momentum to shoot down. I would like a candle to close below 46.6. Give me confidence that we're not just grabbing liquidity and shooting up, respecting that level. So I don't know. That's fair. So you just wait for for your signal to show up through the indicator, and then that's fair. Come on, push. So I would like to see some closure under 4246.6. Because again, if I can get it to, see, to me that's like a change of state, I guess you could say, or a clean breaker structure. Something I feel comfortable in looking for and taking. So now we're just looking at a clean liquidity grab. Again, reminder to take a deep breath, take your time. Let the setup come. But as I was saying, now we just look like a clean liquidity grab. I guess I'll see how the price reacts at my entry signals, like my 13 EMA. That's what I was trying to look at earlier, the higher time frame, to see my idea where price may go. See, even in the 5 minute, this is like a potential floor. Let's see. We finally got the test. See if it disrespects the it disrespects the 13 and the view up. So I really not got anything there. Maybe this candle too. This candle holds view up. Do we continue to push up? Structure in the 1 minute sometimes in the breaker structure. Okay. And the breaker structure usually works for me. Might happen some sales here. See, well, if this holds, depending on how this candle closes. Does it close below? Nope. Does it close below the VWAP? But it did not. So boom, back at my liquidity. We have a fair value gap at 925. It's at the fair value gap at 925. It's at the 1 minute. Gotta be, yeah. It's to be that right there. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I never really understood fair value gaps, entries, all that cool stuff. If I can catch some buys. Respecting the VWAP here, stop loss 4248.7. Looking for entry at break of candle at 4250.4. Looking for buys. So you'd be looking for, so it's tapping that fair value gap. It's like, did it break? It's like, in my mind, it broke through the fair value gap. Again, I don't know how to trade fair value gap, so I'm just being observant of what I believe it is. So you'd be looking for buys or sells. What makes it inverse fair value gap? What makes it valid, just regular fair value gap? A lot I don't know about fair value gaps there. But as someone who's confident in my strategy, I'm not opposed to hearing other people's strategy. I won't get strategy bias or hop around. I'm faithfully married to my strategy, so it's cool to hear other people's strategy, how they trade, not get FOMO of my own. Okay, so you look for a short. Okay. Won't get an entry there for buys myself. See if we can be. I'd rather hop in a short with you. So let's see if I can get a tap out this. Get something here. Respect this VWAP. But like I said, prices. That's why this probably why this liquidity grabs or start to push up. Let's use some bucks. I don't trade liquidity grabs that much. It's in my playbook, but it's not a noise. Don't trade them. But when price or like something like the VWAP or the 200 EMA is cutting through price, I look for liquidity grabs off my wicks. So something like this, I would draw it top of the or bottom of the box and sells to the bottom of the wick. Wait for price to shoot up, do what it do. Let me flatten real quick my position. Price to do what it do, come back, wick under it, close above, and then wait for a break a candle for entry. So if I was more of a liquidity grab trader still, entry would have been there. Stop loss below this wick, and then boom, probably look for something like a 1-to-1. So 1-to-1 hit, or you could also look for come mark at a resistant area, which is about a 1.72 to 1. Coming out with the new knives out. Nice. So me personally, just the way I read the markets, I would have a support marked up here, which kind of tapping there. So, but I got it at for TP. Would have had it at 42.52.5. So at this point, there's nothing clean in the market. We're in a range. VWAP's cutting through price. That lets me know there's no volume. I like to take a setup. Only take setups off the VWAP. Right now, she's disrespecting it. There's nothing. Me personally, there's nothing clean or worth hopping in or risking. Again, another reminder to take a deep breath. Reset your mental there a little bit. Wait for your setups. Boom, so we finally tap out the VWAP. See if I can catch buys again. I already know where my stop loss is going to be. Got an entry marked out. Entry at 42.51.9 for buys. Stop loss at this very moment would be 42.49.4. Right below VWAP. But it might adjust with this candle. So looking at the 5 minute looks clean, which it does. 5 minute does look not 1,000,000% clean, but cleaner. Could build some bias. Entry about to change. Didn't get break a candle there. That candle closed. Break a candle is now changed to 42.51 flat. I'm gonna show shivering right now. We're like nervous for a trade. Got in there. You were shivering. That's why I got my deep breath. That's why I got my breath reminder here. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes real quick. Oh, stretch the arms. Shake out a little bit. Just take a deep breath. Reset mentally. It's a reminder, reset. Try to get back to zero. Try to get back to calmness. Understand your setup, the market's not going anywhere. You are patiently waiting for it to attack. Oh yeah, I'm getting chopped.
Order filled.
Another stop loss hit this evening. Woo. A lot of yawning. Let's see, if I was a range trader, I would look for buys here. What is my analysis off of that? You can say there is support here, resistance. Resistance turned into support, turned into resistance, turned into support, and we're supporting it once again. So you could take buys. I could justify taking buys on a lower risk because obviously it's not actually my strategy. I'm just messing around, building a story.
Order filled.
Buys. I'd put my stop loss below this low, below support here, and then short scalp honestly to support, which would be a new. That's a little high broken. Yeah, take so many trades, but tonight. Yeah, I feel it. It's just it's somewhat a little bit of a whack market at the moment. That's for sure. Most definitely not the time to force anything. I would not force anything. Like if I was trading my actual account, I wouldn't force anything. As soon as I picked up that EMA is cutting through price, that's when it starts to get a little wonky. Hard to trust. Because now my 13 EMA is cutting through price. The 50 EMA is faint there, but now that's cutting through price. A little bit of everything is cutting through price. That's not clean. That's not what I want to see. As a trading trader, this is not the market I want to be in. We mute it here so you don't hear my chugging. Right now, I am on Topstep. Come on, give me a push to 45. 45, 42, 50. Let's go 50. Right now, I'm using Topstep. How about you? From I traded Topstep, take profit, Topstep, take profit, and Apex. Apex was my least favorite. Take profit was not bad. Mentally, it was not for me. I still did. I passed my combines quickly, like I explained earlier. You have to trade a minimum of 5 days. I was able to trade them in. I was able to trade them in 2, and then just dollar trades the rest of the days and get funded. Funding ticks. I want to do research on that. Never heard of funding ticks. Futures, I'm guessing. I'm assuming. But yeah, take profit trader is not bad. I also don't like trading on Trading View. It's not as clean as Project X. And then I just like Topstep because of the risk settings being able to lock out. It just makes it easier. I got permanent ban on Alpha. Permanent ban? How'd you manage to do that? How'd you manage to get banned? Funding ticks. Oh, here it is. I didn't know that's possible. Black Friday is here. Get 50% off all funding tick models with the FT. With the code FT. Copy trade. You can copy trade up to 300K. TradeAvate, Ninja Trader, and Trading View. Okay, choose your plan. See, I'm not a fan of Trading View. That's where I get cooked. Cause like if it's something like take profit, you had to, before you enter, you had to have your I'd heard of Funded Next, but obviously yeah, I heard of Topstep as well. But if it's anything like Take Profit Trader, where you're trading on Trading View, which is really TradeAvate, you had to have your take profit and your stop loss placed before you enter. And sometimes I'd be quick because I'm scalping. Things happen quick, and I wouldn't have that place, and I would just get cooked. So I would have to either get out right then and there if I didn't trust it, or I wasn't locked in or calm enough. Sometimes I was, but if I had to, I'd rather not rely on manually getting my stop losses, especially in the 1 minute, and especially since I trade as soon as opens. Market open, market can move. So I can get an entry like this. Stop loss, a price wants to reverse the other way. 5 points in 3 seconds on the 1 minute, I get cooked. So just having to be ready on that, that was a pain. Funding ticks. Does funding ticks have a activation fee? Because I'm seeing with 50% off all funding tick accounts. So if I got a 25K account, it'd be, so it's $97. It'd be 50%. So yeah, you get a, that's not bad. It's not bad. So you're spending about 50 for a 25K account. But that's nice if you don't have a activation fee. Alright, see, I'm messing around again. See, if I was a ranging trader, I would say price smack these. I'm gonna anticipate this. Stop loss above that high, and I'm putting my TP back at this support. Well, on the KYC, they thought I was younger than 18 because I don't really. Oh, that's. Were you able to argue that, or it was just a losing battle? No point. Let them have it. The 100K account, so you pay about. Okay, that's really nice, and especially if you use the 50% off. So the 100K account, you're paying $100 or $95, or to be exact, like $97.50. And you see profit target on the 100K account, 6,000. Max trailing loss, it's a student master. I'm not sure what that means. 3,000. Well, I'm guessing that's like your tier. Minimum trading days 3. Okay, that's not bad. Maximum trading days 30. 40% consistency. That's not bad. Master reward split every 5 trading days at 90% split. Okay, that's not bad. I can get down with something like that. Every 5 trading days. Contracts 8. It's a lot. No activation fee. That's fire. Weekly reward cap 5,000. That's nice. Honestly, that's. So boom. Look at the 50K account. So 50K account 126 regularly at this moment. 126 divided by 2. Stop loss on that. You're paying $63 for a 50K account. Take profit is $2,500, lower than Topstep. It's pretty fire. No activation fees. Can get funded in 3 days for 40% consistency rule. So if I wanted to some like me, 2,500 divided by 3, 40% consistency rule. So I would aim for about 840 a day. I usually pass 1 week. Yeah, I got that. Yeah, but I tried because I passed 250K on the alpha. Okay, fire. Usually pass a week, fire. See that? So if I was I'm breaking it down. If I was to trade funding ticks, 50K account, spend $63, no activation fee, 40% consistency rule. You can't get funded. You can get funded in 3 days. So I would aim for 840 a day. With the take profit or the profit target of 2,500, that would get me to 2,500. A little bit over, just for that cushion. Max trailing loss 2,000, so that's normal as Topstep. So boom, you get funded in 3 days. And then every 5 trading days, you get a 90% split, which is fire. So, oh, Oh, you can. Is it? Oh, okay. So you can change your pricing based on your weekly reward cap, which is also fire. Cause I mean, it's either 3,000 or 5,000. Which starting out, sure you can start 3,000. Why not? Live end of day trailing. Oh, but you can have a live trailing or end of day. I would have to go end of day. End of day trailing loss. $3,000 weekly cap. You pay $65. That is not a bad idea. Matter of fact, I'm going to send this to somebody. That's not bad. So you're spending $65. I don't like Trade Evade either. Oh man, see. All right, so with Apex, when I was trading Apex, you could pass Apex in one day. Fire. That's the only good thing about Apex. You can pass Apex in one day. What's the difference between those? What are those? Difference between what? Let's do this real quick. What are the difference between what? Oh, the live and the end of day? Maybe that's what he's asking. What is the difference between live and end of day trading? So like live trailing, to me, live trailing, end of day, another one. Okay, yeah. So end of day, to me, and also verify this, to me, just off the top of my head, that's like, if it's, I'm having bias here. If it's live, that's more of a, all right, no opportunity to get in, like a unrealized. Sometimes it's unrealized or realized. So if you say your account's at basis 0, your drawdown's $1,000. Say you go up $500. So boom, you're at 0. Basis 1,000. Draw down $1,000. Take profits, whatever. So you make profit of 500. This gets pulled up to 500, and your basis boom, and you're in profit 500. Now if you go down back to 0, you still only have a drawdown of 500. That's what I believe. That's what I believe live is. Now end of day would be, say your base is $1,000, you go up 500, your base is still $1,000 for that whole day. So you can go back to 0 and you're still drawdown is $1,000 instead of trailing with you. So live is like it's trailing real time. So you hit your first trade for 500, your drawdown goes 1,000, like negative 1,000 to negative 500 because you're also plus 500. And once you hit that buffer, then it stops right there at 0, and then anything above is your buffer. But end of day is you can go up 500, but you can also still go at negative 1,000. So that, I believe, is the difference between live and end of day. I like end of day because, say you do, I guess it doesn't really matter, depends on how you trade. I think end of day is better. Topstep is live. Topstep, I believe, is live. Because in Topstep, if you see on your funded accounts, Topstep, if you go up that amount, your $2,000 or on the 50K account, your $2,000 is constantly going up as you go into profit. But if you go back down, it stops at that amount. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. So that's why I like end of day. So end of day, you can go back. Say you slip up, go back down, and lose a little bit. You have that cushion still instead of that trailing in real time. That's where Take Profit Trader was getting me cooked. Take Profit Trader has realized and unrealized trailing drawdown. So that means in your 25K account, drawdown's 1,500, baseline 0. You need a buffer of 1,500. So first things first, you pass 5 days consistency, boom. After that, all you need is your buffer of 1,500. Anything above that, you get a payout daily payouts. Mentally, I was not clicking for me. I would, as soon as I get funded, take my time, get funded, and then as soon as I know I can get daily payouts, I was trying to hit that 1,500 and beyond. Like that day, I was trying to get a payout that night, which I would have setups the way it would go. Sadly, I would get mediocre setups, end up blowing my account, and then finally get perfect setups. If I would have been patient, 10 minutes later, I would have got that 1,500 and some, so I would have got that daily payout. But with just patience, mentally, that's where Take Profit Trader and me were disconnecting. It wasn't worth it for me. But something like, but yeah, that's just where I lose that disconnection on there. That's why I had to come back to Topstep, because Topstep's a little pricier, but I feel like you're paying for. Well, now it's not anymore, because Take Profit Trader was no activation fee for $90, and that's how Topstep is. And you can pass Topstep in 2 days instead of 5 days with Take Profit Trader. And depending on how you're trading, I haven't traded a new activation since I'm still in my funded, but I feel confident and consistent enough and have the track records so that I could pass the combines in 2 days. Might not be the first combine, but I could feel like I could get there. Yeah. No, yeah. And that daily, oh man, seeing the opportunity of a daily payout, that's where they got you. Patience for sure. Now it's a lot different. So that's why I like Topstep. It allows you to take your time. The fact that you need 5 days, 150 minimum, you just take your time, lower your risk. I don't like to say focus on getting that, but like in a way, kind of focus on getting that, because like you lower your risk. It makes you lower. It gives you the opportunity to lower your risk. You don't have to make that all day. You don't have to make all your profit in one day, or you don't have the opportunity to make your profit all in one day and have to end up blowing it. Although it does happen, I've most definitely got funded on Topstep in 2 days, and not that same day I ended up blowing the account because I tried to bang something out and immediately lose, and then just the patience was not there at all. Which, well, that brings me to another point. Let me drop this gem right here. One sec. Okay, the nugget I was finna drop, which again in the video I'm probably dropping soon. Maybe not this. Maybe next week. Maybe next Monday. Look for the long form video. Subscribe. Turn on the subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like. Put on post notifications. Push notifications. So hopefully I got this next video dropping. Let me find it. Earlier I already dropped. This is the biggest lessons I learned in 2026 trading. Earlier I dropped the one about lowering your risk, being able to survive. This one is kind of back to one of the things. I have a couple things about patience, but this is going back to, especially when we get funded. So I'll just read the entry cleaned up here. So this is a big one, especially in today's world. I don't know how we normalize this, but long story short, going on tilt is childish. Period. End of story. I'll say it again. Going on tilt, the whole idea. I say something worse to not get canceled or kicked off YouTube or to come on these lives. I keep it clean by saying going on tilt is childish, but going on tilt is just you can think of the worst things there. Whatever you're thinking of worse, 10x it, and then that's what you get for going on tilt. So let me explain it. All right, let me start this one by, let me see. Going on tilt is childish straight up. I used to think revenge trading was just part of the game. You take an L, emotion spike, you keep clicking until you erase the loss or blow the account. But here's the truth I had to face. That's Tyler behavior. That is downright Tyler behavior. You're a grown adult. Some of us pay bills. All of us, we handle real life, but we can't stop clicking buy or sell. So whether you're someone who pays bills, whether you 9 times out of 10 we all trade. We're 18 plus. We're not kids anymore. We're not kids. Going on tilt, letting your emotions take over in the markets is straight out Tyler behavior. The only people who can't handle their emotions like that are kids. So the whole idea of going on tilt is just outright childish. the fact that you sit there afterwards and look at yourself and say, I can't stop clicking buy or sell, or you just, it's just, that's like saying you're a kid who just can't stop peeing or pooping on themselves. Like, if you're a kid, you get away with it because you're a kid, you know. I got little baby nieces, not to throw them under the bus like that, but I got little baby nieces. One was just born a couple days ago. They're gonna pee and poop on themselves. They don't know any better. Kid, but to do that as an adult, you can't stop clicking buy or sell, or can't stay patient for a setup, or da 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 da. It's childish. So, like, ask yourself, what do you mean you can't control yourself? Like, you're a whole adult. And honestly, that embarrassment, and I'm also talking to myself when I say this. I don't think I'm pointing out anybody here, but that embarrassment alone has saved my account more than any strategy ever has. Now, when tilt creeps in, I hear that voice and instantly shut it down. I close the platform and walk away. Tilt isn't normal. It's not necessary, and it's not part of the process. It's immaturity. And once you recognize that, you'll stop doing it forever. I trade, my brother trades as well. He's not in the, he might be trading now, but we talk about, we hoop once in a while and just talk about our trading, and we came up with this together, and we were like, bro, we honestly started looking at each other, and we were like, what is this whole concept of going on tilt? Like, I'll go on TikTok, I brain around a little bit. I see everybody on online, and just like going on tilt has been normalized in the trading world, and it just, like why, like it should not be it should not be something that's joked about. It should not be something that's normalized. It's not something to commonize over, because like, what do you mean you go on tilt? Like, what do you mean you can't handle your emotions as a someone who is of age? You know what I'm saying? So we honestly look at each other nowadays and be like, bro, if you go on tilt, you're XYZ, or you're like what do you mean you went on tilt? Like, ew, you went on tilt? Like, that's what you're doing? Like, ew. You know, we honestly look at each other with disgust, and just that accountability in itself. How that accountability with yourself. Like, if I didn't even think about going on tilt, I just think about him just grilling me in my back of my head. So for you, think about me in the back of your head, pause, or something, or yourself, or somebody, your training partner, or just yourself. It's like, ew, bro, like, you're really about to go on tilt? Like, that's disgusting. What are you doing? And then hopefully that pulls you out of it and you're able to walk away. Or just maybe even being patient. Patience is a little different from tilt, because patience is the number one kind of thing of trading. So obviously everybody's gonna, if you're not a profitable trader, or you're someone struggling, or someone even just once in a while, I believe everything boils down to patience. So that's a little different from going on tilt. But people who go on tilt, like, have a bad trade and just end up blowing up their accounts, which, again, I've been there multiple times. The whole concept, we got to be done with it. We got one more month, but in 2026, coming up in 2026, we got to wipe our hands with it, crumble it up, throw it out of our minds, because it's like, why? Honestly, you got to sit there and look at the mirror and be like, why did I sit here and just go into it and blow an account that I just bought, which I've obviously been there? Why did I take 3 stupid trades? Why did I up my risk when I'm already lost 2 trades and I'm in drawdown? How did I blow an account in one day? That's this whole, like, that's what kids do. We're traders. We're trying to be upper echelon of skill. We can't tilt. If you go on tilt, you're a weirdo. You're up there with Dahmer and them. Like, you're a clown. Honestly, have that mindset, and I'm being so serious. Have that mindset that if you start to go on tilt, or somebody else go on tilt, bring bullying back, because it'll help people. If I say it jokingly, obviously don't bring back bullying, but I mean, be honest. If we start bringing back bullying people who go on tilt, hopefully it'll bring structure into their trading, and even yourself. Start bullying your own self. Start locking in on yourself on not going on tilt. Have that mindset going in the rest of this month. Try that this week. Anytime you feel the need to go on tilt, start mentally bullying yourself, and then pull yourself back out, and then build yourself back up, and say, okay, good job. Give yourself a pat on the back. You caught yourself that time. Let's build the habit so that it doesn't become a normal thing, and then you can just. Nowadays, I just think that one little thing of, oh yeah, what am I doing, and then I'm locked in, and from there, just eventually I won't even think about it at all, and I'll be cooling from there. Yeah, hopefully that little nugget, some of you guys can eat off of. Try that out this week. Again, when I finally drop the video, the actual YouTube video, I'll probably go into it a little deeper. That's probably I'd say the most raw or deepness I could go into it. So it's a little sneak peek into that. No, yeah, facts. I believe myself and it helps. Facts. You got to. It's trading. The whole game is who is more self-aware and who is disciplined enough to change after the self-awareness, and that takes being hard on yourself, because nobody else is going to be hard on you. One of us has to be liquidity. We can all obviously ride liquidity together, but at the end of the day, one of us has to be liquidity. So if you can't look at yourself in the mirror and say, what are you doing? Let's lock in. It's game time. Nobody else is really going to be there for you unless you got a mentor or something like that. Like I do mentorship in my community and all that. I'm there to lock guys in, and myself included, to be like, let's lock in. Yeah, appreciate that. I had to share it. Hopefully people look back on the video, able to hear it. And obviously, like I said, I'm dropping a video on it soon, but that's just one of the biggest things. And sadly, it's December 1st, less than 2 weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, I came to this conclusion. Cause I was out, like I said, I was out on the run with my brother, and he's like, we just started spilling about it, going off about it. Since then, it's been money. But I wish it was something 10 blown combines later or funded accounts later. Wish I would have heard it a little sooner, but better later than never, I guess. Alright, let's see if I can get a trade here. Final trade of the night, and then I gotta start de-escalating and headed for bed here. Again, following my rules. Obviously, I would like the more trending market, more momentous market. Price created a new higher high. That scared me a little bit. Price created a new higher high. Pulled back, tapped the 13 EMA, rejected off the 13 EMA. I waited for that candle to close, got in at break of candle, which was right there. Stop loss below the wick. Take profit trade. I'm going to try it one last time. Not take profit trade, take profit. I'm going to try it one more time. 42.58, which if you look at the 5 minute, that is the gap being closed. You ever bought a course? Have I ever bought a course? I've not exactly bought a course. I think I got sent a course or like found one online. I paid for mentorship, which I did for about a year. I paid for one-on-ones within that mentorship group. I liked it. It set me right. I wish I would have got told. I mean, he told me the right things, but I wish he would have drilled it into me a little bit more. Because at the end of the day, obviously that was maybe year 1 or year 2 into my journey. I would hear the things, but I didn't quite understand it. So I wish they kind of would have drilled that more to me. Because it's like anybody who's really dedicated. As soon as I learned the strategy and got the mentorship, I watched all the videos. I understood the strategy as best as I could. So I had the alpha rip. I was understanding the strategy. I hopped on the one-on-ones, and he told me, like, I was breaking down the strategy, and he was like, you understand it, you got it. And to me, it was like, okay, boom, I understand it, I got it, but I didn't exactly know what that meant. Nowadays, if I were to tell somebody, if somebody would have hopped on a one-on-one with me and was like, broke down my strategy A to B to me, or A to Z to me, and I was like, and they're like, what do I do next? I would tell them, yes, you got it, but like I would emphasize that, like, that's all you need. Like, legit trading is, if you understand, I have 4 steps. If you understand step 1, 2, 3, and 4 to a T, and all trading was wait for those 4 steps to happen. If those 4 steps don't happen, do not click a button, and just emphasize that thing right there. My trading would be a little bit more different, but that's just what I would tell people now. But to answer that question, you ever bought a course? I haven't exactly bought a course, but mentorship I have invested in. So like training community and then one-on-ones with Ascension within that same community, which I don't even trade that strategy anymore. That was more the biggest things I liked was the community, just because obviously I was starting out. Great community also. Great teacher, great people within that. Just that's another thing about strategies is I like learning strategies, I like teaching strategies, but at the end of the day, I think people should throw their own sauce on it. Because I look at the market, like as we were talking, you were saying I see this, and that, and I'm over here saying I see this, and that. We see the market differently, and we both could be right. Like we both could be right, both could be wrong. But at the end of the day, I think everybody should learn a strategy, because obviously all information out there is free, all strategy works. But at the end of the day, throw your own sauce on it, because we look at the market different. That's where I was headed with that. Have you ever bought a course? I don't know. My bad. I don't know if I got there. You ever bought a course? I'm all for buying the education, and I'm not just a little biased because I offer education myself, but there's nothing wrong with it. I feel like you're not truly dedicated until you buy something, because for the longest I've had a free community and people come and go. Obviously, the super dedicated are without a doubt obviously going to be super dedicated, but people take it for granted for sure. I'm gonna be for real though. ChatGPT has helped me with my trading like no one has ever has. Not Alex G, not TJR, not no one. So I don't think anyone should ever need to buy a course. I understand. Okay, like I said, I never bought a course, so I understand that there's millions of strategies out there for free. Now, buying community and accountability, I think, is a little different. Because like I said, what I was going to is I used to have a free community, and free community people would take it for granted. Like the way I had my free community, I'll just spill it. I think the first 50 people, or maybe the first 100 people were free, and after that I closed it down. I think out of the first 50 or 100 people, maybe 2 or 3 are active, and then I put a little amount on there, put a little, I guess you could say, fee. Nothing crazy, nothing to break the bank, because obviously that's not what I'd rather make all my money from trading than people in the community. So I got my offer is everybody trades with me live. We trade together. I teach you strategy, all that, free one-on-ones and all that. It's legit $20 a week. And if you're someone like me, what I have for dinner is Chipotle. So in my mind, I was like, for $20 a week, I'm either spending that on a Chipotle bowl if I get double stick or something, or 2 Chipotle bowls a day. So if I can offer that for people that weekly, that's so something that they're not breaking the bank, but they're still committed a little bit to show up and all that. That's where I can understand that. But a 5K training course is crazy. No, yeah. Spending 5K on just a course. A little scammer got scammed, a little scammy, A 5K training course is crazy. Yeah, 5K training course is insane. I thought about it because obviously I'm in the field as well. To me, I thought about, because it's in the industry. A lot of people are selling things for 5K. For me to justify, I was thinking about this the other day. I can write it. I'm gonna show you my notes, because obviously it's out there. For me to justify offering a 5K offer, let me see. Oh, it's probably a whole different group chat. No, I appreciate it. Yeah, $20 a week. It's like buying a Chipotle bowl, 2 Chipotle bowls, or 1 Chipotle bowl a week. It's very understandable. And if you don't trade that week, you won't. 9 times out of 10, hopefully, I'm kind of just a little crazy, but you won't miss $20 as much. And then also it's weekly, so you can come in and out throughout the week. But for me, for a 5K training course, insane. Like, I better be able to trade with my eyes closed and be profitable as soon as I'm done with it. Type of offer. For me to offer something for 5K, me personally, first, it'll be a 3-month mentorship. We get one-on-ones weekly. You get a private course, a detailed plan, a live breakdown of me actually passing combines, getting payouts, and the offer would just have to make sense. But just off my name alone, offer something for 5K. To me, nobody's values is like that much worth 5K. If Warren Buffett, okay, that might be a little different. If Warren Buffett was like, I got a 5K course, might be a little different because he might be able to sell that off his name alone. But someone like TJR and all of them, like, I understand it, young money off trading and everything. Salute to them for sure. Not knocking them at all. They're killers in the game for sure. 5K of course is a little crazy, but hey, people buy it. I never seen the reviews, so I can't even like hate on it and be like it's not working for others. So I mean, I guess until I see something like that, I would still probably wouldn't care. But salute to them. But yeah, no, yeah, mine it's $20 a week. You close your eyes, make the payment, come in and out. If you got to cancel a week, come back a different week. The main goal is I help traders pass their Topstep combines fast. I'm at the stage I'm at. I'm transparent. That's the biggest thing. I was talking to a guy on a one-on-one yesterday. The biggest thing is transparency, especially in communities. I get payouts consistently. No, my biggest payout $3,000. Like, I get payouts. My most recent one, I think I got one $500. I took a trip. But I don't get them consistent enough to promise people I will help you get a payout. Like, I'm not offering that. Now I passed 20 plus combines. I was just looking at it, 10 plus Topstep. Let me see. I think I gotta show it. I don't think I got anything. See, I think I got my certificates. We can look at the bottom. This is videos of me. I got the little boxes or images, if you understand it. I passed enough Topstep combines. Not full time. I'm not full time at the moment. Well, full time is a little hard. Not hard as in like that sense. I also work. I am a insurance agent, but I'm in a lucky position to where I can trade. I could trade and then also work. And then I also like doing what I do for work. It's chill. It's nice. It keeps me busy. Keeps me out of trouble. Keeps me satisfied. I get fed, all the nice stuff. So like, going full time. I'm also young. I'm 21. So going full time, it'd be nice. But like, in my head, if I went full time right now, I'd wake up, trade, BS for hours where I could be working, which I work now. And then I'm also a boxer, so then after I'm done BSing, I go to the gym, come back home, BS some more, or do this and then go to sleep. So I like that. I like the structure. I like to work. I like the structure of wake up, trade freely with the community, help the guys, help whoever, and then work. Also have the luxury of working on other stuff, trading related or whatnot, journal my trades. It also gives me the freedom to trade in the office. Like, I'm home right now. I'd rather trade in the office. So I have that luxury as well to be able to trade in my office, which is fire. So even when I like get to that point of like even having like the major opportunity to go full time, I gotta outweigh it. Like, me like going full time, it would even be hard. I even thought about it to where like, because at that point I'm looking for passion work, like even more passion work. Like day trade, I would day trade and go work at a zoo or something, be around animals all day, and then go do like gym and all that. How about you, full time? But like that's just my viewpoint on it. I'd rather work, stay busy. You could get a Miami penthouse and sell a course. Yeah, but like, yeah, you could get a Miami penthouse and sell a course. But you wake up, trade. I like on a good day, I wake up early. I'm a morning person, so I wake up early, Eastern Standard Time. I trade. On a great day, I'm done 10, 15, maybe 30 minutes, maybe an hour. I'm probably trading for an hour, 2 hours at most, 90 minutes at most. What? So I'm in a Miami penthouse selling the course from. Again, I mean, that just becomes boring to a certain point. 3, 4, 5 hours, 6 hours. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, I most definitely could get a Miami penthouse and sell a course because it is a method that has been proven to work multiple times. But no, like I said, I'd rather work at a zoo or traveling would be cool, but like, would you traveling 365 days? Like, eventually you want to come home and chill. Structure. I like structure. I control structure. And then there's trading. I'm not trading full time is also possible, doable. Most of the in the near future as life starts to slow down. Like I said, I'm also young. Trading as a side hustle is fire. No, I'm not full time. I got a job. Yeah, just keep it, bro. I know everybody's dream is to trade. Obviously, you trade full time because like the ways for trade online. But imagine you're making your money to what you're doing right now. You're making your money from your job to pay your bills and everything. If you don't have bills, I pay bills. Maybe you don't pay bills, but long story short, you pay your expenses, pay gas, pay food, and then you have money on the side from trading. Little amount or max like crazy payout. And then like me, I made my most recent payout, bills covered from work, and then I'm just able to use this extra money to go on vacation. Like fire, you know. I don't gotta use that. I don't gotta worry about using that money. If I wanted to, I could have used it for rent that month or not, whatnot. But I decided to use it on vacation. It just the stuff like that. I'm not a big athletics person, but like say I like basketball or football, use that money to go to a couple NFL or NBA games. Just use the money right now, obviously to save a little bit on the side if that's your goal. But I feel like until you're consistently profitable, it's like if you're getting payouts here and there once in a while, boom, boom, boom. Obviously reinvest. I'm gonna say that regardless, reinvest. But like save a little bit to splurge on. You know, go have fun with it. Shit, you know, YOLO and all that type of stuff. But until you start getting consistently profitable, anyways, then it starts getting become possibly a different game to where you're saving your profits to go full time or whatnot. Like yeah, I feel like people die quicker when they're not working. Like working keeps us going, you know, keeps us young, moving, all that good stuff. Like I said, I'll go make whatever you want on trading, and then go work at a zoo, go work at a farm, go work at anything you love. Go coach sports, go be a ref, go be I don't know. Go do anything. Go be a barber, go be a tattoo artist, go and then just go do something. Go do something crazy. Go be I don't know, a person who flies out of airplanes, instructor, you know, stay busy. Being full-time traders might not be all it's worked up to me. That's all I'm saying. Really at a young age, I mean, we're gonna do all day. We're young. We see the kids online. It's yeah, it looks cool in the moment, traveling and all that. But you can still travel and work. That's all I'm saying. There's options. It all doesn't have to be that right now. That's my outlook on it.
Order filled.
Golly. But W conversation for sure. W thought process. W. All types of dubs. Dub. I would stop loss hitting there. I'm gonna wrap it up. Let me see. Any more questions? Any more anything? Golden hour. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciated the convo tonight. Company. It's also my. Before I go into another yap session, this is my favorite thing about trading. People like you, who I could tell you're dedicated just as much as I'm dedicated, and just like to learn, conversate, keep it cool. One of my favorite things about trading for sure. Just kick it. Why not? We're all aiming for the same goal. But that's all I got. All right, traders. Wrapping it up. That's all I got. All right, traders. That's a wrap up for today. How am I going to disconnect from chat? Am I back? My back says I disconnected. Well, all right, traders, that's a wrap up for today's session. Whether you took a setup or sat on your hands, you showed up, and that's what matters because every rep counts. The mental ones too. If you got value from the stream, hit that like button, please, and subscribe so you don't miss the next live. And if you want to take things further, trade with me live, get the weekly breakdowns, and follow the exact process I use to pass Topstep combines fast. The first link in the description is where you join MTF. If you want the complete breakdown of the strategy ads used on these lies, GF13, that's the second link below. And if you're brand new and still learning the foundation, the 0 to 1 guide is the third link and will cut months off your trading learning curve. You might need that. Go check that out. Protect your capital, stay patient, and let the market pay for your waiting. I appreciate every single one of you who showed up and who rocked out with us tonight. I'll see you in the next live. Trade smart, trade discipline, keep stacking good decisions. Everybody have a great night. Good luck in the markets this week. It's the first of the month. As a Cardi fan, wake up. I believe that's all I had. Let me double check. Last time I had trouble uploading this thing yesterday was messing with me. Let me make sure all is good before I head out of here. Okay, I think it's just tweaking. I guess this gets to tweaking when I get to this point. I appreciate it. All right, everybody have a good night. Catch you guys later this week.